gonna be a piece of cake. At least 4 blocks around, houses aren't occupied.
Wait, is he blind?
He lost his sight in Iraq or something. We do this tonight.
It's 2 a.m. He's sleeping.
The film opens on a disturbing image. An old man dragging a young woman by her hair through the empty streets of what appears to be a long-abandoned neighborhood. The streets are silent, lifeless, and unsettling. Cut to a very different scene. 3 young people, 2 men and a woman, arrive at a large upscale house. They move with practiced precision. One of them quickly unlocks the door, while another disables the security alarm just seconds before it can sound. The most anxious of the 3 reminds the others of their strict rules. No cash and nothing worth more than $10,000. They work fast, moving efficiently through the house, grabbing valuables. Before leaving, they deliberately reactivate the alarm and smash a window near the front door, triggering the siren as they escape into the night. Later, the trio drives through the city, relaxed now, smoking and joking in the car. The nervous one, Alex, mentions that another friend is leaving town. The others brush it off. Everyone leaves Detroit eventually. They joke that once they finish one more job, they'll be gone too, headed for California with no intention of ever coming back. The woman, Rocky, encourages Alex to come with them, but he refuses. He can't leave his father behind. They drop Alex off at his house. Inside, he goes straight to his father's study and quietly opens a drawer. He returns a key, the same key that gave them access to the house they just robbed. His father works in home security. Meanwhile, the third member of the group, known as Money, attempts to sell the stolen items. He's disappointed by how little he's offered and argues with the buyer, who bluntly tells him that real money comes from stealing cash, not electronics. Before sending him away, the buyer offers a tip, a potential job that could be worth far more than anything they've done before. Money brings the information back to Alex and Rocky. The target is a reclusive veteran who lives alone in a nearly abandoned part of the city. The house was secured by Alex's father's company. That alone makes Alex uneasy. But Money explains the real reason the job is worth the risk. The old man received a settlement of at least $300,000 after his daughter was killed in a hit-and-run caused by a wealthy young woman. Rocky is immediately interested. Alex, however, is deeply conflicted. Stealing that much money could have serious consequences, not just for them, but for his father as well. He walks away from the conversation. Later that day, Alex receives a desperate text message from Rocky begging him to reconsider. As Alex researches the veteran online, the film cuts to Rocky's home life. She lives with her younger sister, her mother, and her mother's new abusive boyfriend. The atmosphere is tense and toxic. It becomes clear that Rocky's message wasn't about money, it was about escape. She wants to save her sister. She quietly asks the girl if she would like to go to California with her someday. That evening, Alex, Rocky, and Money stake out the veteran's house. While Money checks the surroundings, Alex and Rocky sit alone in the car. Rocky opens up, sharing a painful story from her childhood. Moved by her honesty, Alex promises that after this job, he will leave Detroit with her. Money returns and confirms everything they suspected, until a sudden jolt interrupts them. A Rottweiler lunges at the car window. An old man's voice calls the dog back. Money identifies him as the veteran. They quickly realize something unexpected. The man is blind. This sparks a brief argument about the morality of robbing someone who can't even see them. Despite the doubt, the plan continues. Later that night, the trio returns to the deserted neighborhood. The veteran's house is completely dark, giving no sign of life inside. They begin by dealing with the dog, tossing it a piece of meat laced with a sedative. The animal devours it eagerly and soon collapses. They move to the front door, but when Alex tries the keys he took from his father's security company, they don't work. Panic briefly sets in. They circle the house, searching for another way inside, but find only one option, a narrow window just big enough for Rocky to squeeze through. Rocky climbs inside while Alex hands her a remote control for the alarm system. Once inside, she disables it successfully. As she moves through the quiet house, she notices framed photographs of the veteran's daughter displayed on the mantle, a silent reminder of the tragedy that brought them here. Rocky unlocks the door, letting Alex and Money inside. They begin searching the house for the safe. Rocky checks closets and drawers, while Money heads upstairs with a bottle of chloroform, determined to knock the old man out before he wakes. Upstairs, Money finds the veteran asleep in his bed, A home video of his daughter playing as a child flickers on the television beside him. The old man stirs and wakes, reaching out to turn the TV off, but Money manages to release the chloroform before he can fully react. Confident the veteran is unconscious, Money returns downstairs. Together, the three discover a heavy bolted door. Convinced the Money must be behind it, Money pulls out a gun and shoots the lock off. The sound echoes through the house. The gunshot rattles Alex. The presence of a weapon crosses a line for him. Panicked, he grabs his shoes and leaves the house, deciding he wants no part of this anymore. Inside, Rocky and Money open the door, only for the veteran to suddenly appear in the room, alert and armed. He calmly asks if anyone is there. They freeze. When Money tries to talk his way out, the veteran follows his voice, tracking him with terrifying precision. Money fires a warning shot, hoping to scare him off, but it has no effect. Outside, Alex hears the gunshot and immediately turns back. Inside the house, the veteran disarms Money and shoots him dead.
Please, just let me look.
How many?
Just fucking me. Just let me go, please.
Rocky, unseen, hides silently inside a closet. Alex slips back into the house just in time to narrowly avoid the old man. He races through the rooms, desperately locking doors and windows behind him. He hides in a bathroom and begins texting Rocky. She tells him where she's hiding, and he starts toward her. Before Alex reaches the closet, the veteran enters it himself. He tears away a section of drywall, revealing a hidden safe. As he opens it, Rocky watches closely, memorizing the visible code. Satisfied that the money is still there, the veteran closes the safe and leaves, never realizing she was inches away the entire time. Alex joins Rocky moments later. Shaken, he insists they call the police. Rocky refuses. She opens the safe and takes the money, stunning Alex. He believes there must be nearly $1 million inside. They decide to escape through the bolted door, assuming it leads to the basement and eventually to a hatch that opens into the yard. As they prepare to leave, the veteran reappears, dragging Money's lifeless body across the floor. The two freeze, barely breathing. When he leaves again, they seize the moment and rush through the door. Moments later, the veteran discovers their shoes. He checks the safe and realizes the money is gone. The hunt begins. Alex and Rocky descend into the basement, moving cautiously through the darkness. Almost immediately, they discover something horrifying: a young woman bound with heavy military-grade cords. She is alive. As she struggles to move, a ring attached to her restraints triggers a noise upstairs, alerting the veteran to activity in the basement. As they speak to her, Alex and Rocky realize the truth. She is the same woman responsible for the accident that killed the veteran's daughter. Despite this, Rocky insists on helping her. She refuses to leave anyone behind. They attempt to escape through the basement hatch that leads to the yard, but the veteran is already waiting above. He opens fire without hesitation, killing the captive woman. Holding her body, he cries out in grief, calling her his baby, mourning her death as if he has lost his daughter all over again. Then the house goes dark. The veteran cuts the power. In the pitch-black basement, he becomes almost unstoppable. Blind but completely at home in the darkness, he stalks Alex and Rocky through the maze-like space. He nearly strangles Alex before they barely manage to escape. They make it out of the basement only to be confronted by the Rottweiler, now fully awake. The dog chases them upstairs, snapping at their heels. They're forced into a room on the second floor, where barred windows make escape seem impossible. The veteran arrives outside the room, gun in hand, dog at his side. Inside, Alex and Rocky search desperately for a way out. Rocky spots a vent high on the wall. Alex urges her to climb through it while he holds the door. As Rocky crawls into the vent, the door bursts open. The dog and the veteran attack Alex. He crashes through a window and lands painfully on a glass overhang 1 level below. Inside the vents, the dog follows Rocky by scent, chasing her through the narrow shafts. She barely escapes by dropping into a vertical duct. The veteran realizes where Alex has fallen and shoots through the window, sending Alex crashing down to the first floor. Injured but alive, Alex runs again, only to be caught in a room filled with gardening tools where Money's body has been hidden. The veteran beats Alex unconscious and stabs him with large garden shears. Meanwhile, Rocky regains consciousness inside the vent system. Injured and barely able to move, she crawls forward until she finds two exits, one leading deeper into the house, the other toward the outside. As she tries to force her way out through the exterior vent, the veteran grabs her from the other opening. Everything goes black. Rocky wakes up in the basement, bound exactly the same way the other woman had been. The veteran stands over her. She begs for her life, promising to tell no one what she saw. Calmly, he explains that the woman he kept downstairs wasn't being punished for killing his daughter. In his twisted mind, justice meant balance. Since she took his child from him, she would give him a child in return. She had been pregnant with his baby. Now that she's dead, the veteran believes Rocky must take her place. Upstairs, Alex awakes. He realizes the veteran stabbed Money's corpse, not him. Thinking quickly, Alex lures the dog into a room and traps it inside. He unlocks the front door. Back in the basement, the veteran heats a metal container. He tells Rocky he will not rape her, but instead plans to inject her with his sperm, which he has been warming. Just as he prepares to do it, Alex bursts into the basement. Alex tackles the veteran, stopping him just in time. He chains the old man to the basement wall and frees Rocky. Overcome with rage and fear, Rocky lashes out, beating him brutally before Alex pulls her away. Alex urges Rocky to call the police, but then changes his mind. Calling the authorities would expose everything: the break-in, the stolen money, and Money's death. Instead, he decides they should leave the veteran chained in the basement and disappear. They grab the bag of cash and head for the front door. As Alex opens it, a gunshot rings out. The veteran, having broken free, shoots Alex. Alex collapses. Daylight has come. Rocky runs as fast as she can. The veteran releases his Rottweiler and sends it after her. She sprints through the neighborhood, her lungs burning, until she finally reaches Money's car. The dog catches up just as she gets inside. In panic, she drops the bag of money outside the vehicle and realizes she doesn't have the keys. Thinking quickly, Rocky traps the dog inside the car. She escapes, grabs the money, and runs again, only for the veteran to seize her, dragging her by the hair back toward his house. Inside, Rocky spots the security alarm remote. She activates it. The piercing noise disorients the veteran completely. Taking advantage of the moment, she shoves him down into the basement. Believing he is dead, Rocky grabs the money and flees as police cars pull up to the house. Later, Rocky sits at an airport bar with her little sister. A news report plays on the television describing the events at the veteran's house. The old man survived the fall, but he never mentioned the stolen money nor the girl who took it. Rocky watches silently. With the money in hand and her sister beside her, she is finally free to leave Detroit and start a new life in California. Maybe.